Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's time to rise and shine. Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's time to open your eyes. We're going to press into presence today. I just left Dr. Flo, who's practicing over on YouTube, and he has a concert of hope tonight at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you can join us, maybe drop some ducats. That would be wonderful. I'm going to check my sound on YouTube really quick, just because we had that problem last week. So give me 1 second. We sound great. All right. So here we go. We're going to dive into the daily boost, but not before I introduce myself and shoot this link out. Yes, yes. Yes, yes. Y'all know I am here Wednesdays and Saturdays running the daily boost for Love and Action Network. Love and Action Network is exactly what it sounds, is a network that helps encourage, equip, and empower people to put their love in action and speak out into the world. We have lots and lots and lots and lots, like literally like 15 plus hours of recorded content every week. You can find that on our collaborators' YouTubes primarily. So that would be Lotta Snacks 5, Dr. Flo / Andre in the Flow, Tara Priolo Studio, Starlight Mystic, Poppy Wata 33, and I think I got everybody. Did I get everybody? I think I got everybody. Anyway, I'll go over those events later. I'm Tara Priolo. I'm your resident white-facing biracial multi-passionate musician, and I talk about the ish that nobody wants to talk about and push you to do the same. So as you know already, hopefully you woke up and knew what day it was. Maybe, I don't know, maybe you checked your phone. It is Heart Chakra Wednesday. It is one of my favorite days to be here with you all. We talk about love. We talk about other things that relate to love. We talk about joy. We talk about all of these things. So buckle up, because as you know, if you've been here before, I bring some Instagram content from my favorite creators and reread from that. So I'll be doing announcements in a little bit. We're going to start on Instagram. Then we will do the heart chakra. And then we will do Melody Beatty. And I believe we have a couple days to catch up on. So I will lead us through those couple of days. Good morning, Lotta Snacks. I see you over there. Say hello when you pop in, and let me know. I don't know. What should we do today? What vegetable are you feeling like today? Let's do that. All right. Let's get going. We're going to share the screen here. Maybe I'm going to share my screen over on YouTube. I always hit the wrong button. Always do. Always do. Okay, we're going to start with Adrienne Maree Brown. We were talking about Adrienne Maree Brown yesterday in the Deconstruction Junction masterclasses. So I guess I'll pause here, pull off to the side of the road, and give us a little blurb about the masterclasses that Dr. Flo and I teach at 7:45 Eastern, 6:45 Central Time on Tuesday evenings. We do this every week. We have voice training on the first week of the month. Then we have Deconstruction Junction, where we talk about freedom from religion, freedom from the oppressors, freedom from mind viruses. We talk about all of that, building your own social justice movement, et cetera, joining social justice movements. We talk about that on the second Tuesday of the month. The third Tuesday of the month is social media and business. So if you are a newbie or an experienced person, we always love to have all voices in the room. So feel free to come to these. And then the last one is Ask Me Anything. So that's the fourth Tuesday of the month. These are donation based, so it's pay what you can, and you just get to choose. Okay, so those are our master classes on Tuesday nights. So like I said, we were talking about Adrienne Maree Brown yesterday in Deconstruction Masterclass. Adrienne Maree Brown has several foundational texts for love and action that we use here for educational purposes, as well as to help us heal and lift this movement. So Adrienne has a blog that she keeps very upkept, I guess would be the word. So the blog that she uploaded, Everything So Normal It Hurts. And I wanted to read this because I think a lot of us, and I've mentioned this like every week, a carrot. I see you. A carrot. Why a carrot? The longer these genocides go on, the longer that we are stuck in anti-capitalism, or the longer that we are stuck in capitalism, not anti-capitalism, and moving towards anti-capitalism, the longer that we are stuck in supremacist behavior, the longer that we are stuck in hierarchical behavior, the poorer we get because of the tax codes, all of the things out there, the more normal it feels to be in pain and to grieve and to be sad, right? And so I wanted to read this in the hopes that maybe the couple of things that I read today will help us hold both, hold our grief and our suffering, and also our joy and our love. So, everything's so normal it hurts. We travel roads fatal with nostalgia. Remember how we used to see ourselves? There is nothing more classic than a film about a mistake, a bomb, but no intention of those dropped today, and movies about Holocaust as a singular occurrence, not a pattern we have yet to outgrow. As normal, I peek at the gowns, trying to stay dry, but submerged. Which way is up? Which way what we feared, which way, sorry, what we feared most is us now, right now, in this moment, looking in at least two directions, equally feeling the violently untouchable and the mundane unattainable. Is it beautiful, survival, or drowning? Everything so normal it hurts. I sift time searching for bravery. Finding round red pens, I thrill. I know what they're made for. But does anyone else hear the cry? End the apartheid, stop the starvation. The wounds are all connected. This one night both hides and exposes our gluttony, our greed. The normalcy now swollen, taut, tender, pulled over many words. We are not allowed to say on stage or off, pulled over the broken bodies, piled and uncountable all over the world, an empire of bodies. Such death was a special effect until now. Now we scroll the empire. We have almost caught up to ourselves. Oh, sorry, y'all. Normalcy, shall we explode or implode? There is no fiction for sale anymore. We are the film where a white man ruins the world over and over. But didn't he do it in a new, different way? The Irish say free Palestine. The indigenous say free Palestine. But I want to hear you say it. Each of you, through masks and makeup, share your microphone with the dead. They know it is not enough to tell your completed narratives when we can change the story. Some people are merely living and dying. But we could shapeshift history to future be different again. Breathe a new form. We must be less afraid of our power. We must learn to root in love. Today, we are not a brave people, but we can see them all around us. One day, we will shirk the gowns or rise above the cowering, hopefully, by which I mean with all prayer, before we veto the earth itself and all our sacred stories, so that one day we'll clap, gorgeous, watching our imperial memoriam. I just think that's beautiful. A beautiful call. It's a beautiful call for all of us. Let's move to Black liturgies. Some of you know that Black liturgies ends with a breathing exercise. If you'd like a lot more breathing exercises and to get more affirmations, you can join either Dr. Flo's pop-up streams, or you can join Waiting to Exhale Wednesday nights at 6:30 p.m. Eastern time. Okie dokie. I am going to switch screens here. At least I think I am. Here we go. We're going to do Black Liturgies. I'm going to read it. Despair cannot share the same space as wonder. It's by Alice Walker. I'll read it one more time. Despair cannot share the same space as wonder. Whenever you are creating beauty around you, you are restoring your own soul. Again, Alice Walker. I'm a believer in the power of knowledge and the ferocity of beauty. So, from my point of view, your life is already artful, waiting, just waiting for you to make it art. Toni Morrison. I'm a believer in the power of knowledge and the ferocity of beauty. So, from my point of view, your life is already artful, waiting, just waiting for you to make it art. Oh, we could go, we could go, but we're gonna hold it together, folks. To bear witness to the beautiful. This is important. I want you all to pay attention to this one. To bear witness to the beautiful is not to be conflated with escapism or naivete. It is a deep form of survival inherited from our ancestors. In a time when we have more access than ever before to the traumas of this world, how will you resist the tide of despair? Let beauty be your anchor. That's by the creator of this count, Cole Arthur Riley. She also has 2 books. I'm going to read that one more time. To bear witness to the beautiful is not to be conflated. One more time, child. To bear witness to the beautiful is not to be conflated with escapism or naivete. It is a deep form of survival inherited from our ancestors. In a time when we have more access than ever before to the traumas of this world, how will you resist the tide of despair? Let beauty be your anchor. Let joy be your anchor. Let the overflow be your anchor. Let it be your anchor. Here we go with the breathing exercises. Inhale. I am more than my pain. Exhale. I won't be reduced. I saw a couple of our Love in Action Network members share this particular slide in their stories of Instagram. Inhale. There's the, yes, I want to stay in the call. Thank you so much. Inhale. I am more than my pain. Exhale. I won't be reduced. Wholeness, right? We've been talking about wholeness for weeks. Wholeness. Yes. Inhale. Even here. This one might get me, y'all. Exhale. There is beauty. Let's do that one more time. Breathe in. Even here. Exhale. There is beauty. There is beauty. It's not about being toxically positive. It's not about only seeing the good. It's about seeing the good in spite of. Because the good is what keeps us going. The good is what keeps us out of hopelessness, out of despair, out of flight, out of everything. Beauty and joy and love are the things that keep us in the fight. I want to read this caption to you all too. Learning to bear witness to the beautiful with the same gravity that I attune to the terrors of the world. Beauty is not a betrayal of pain. It's a form of resistance. This is why I say joy is the revolution. Joy is the revolution, right? The beauty of joy is the revolution. It is our resistance. It is our strongest superpower. It is song. It is speech. It is paintings. It is gardening. It is art. It is art that keeps movements going. It is art and joy and love in spite of the pain and the terrors of this world. In spite of the pain and the terrors in this world. It is an act of defiance. It is an act of revolution. And it is an act of resistance. So now that we've talked a little bit about love, let's talk about the heart chakra, because that's where this love originates, right? We have been in the root chakra on Sundays. We move up to the sacral chakra on Mondays. And then we move into the solar plexus chakra on Tuesdays. And I cover heart chakra Wednesdays. Now, if you're a person that you're like, Tara, why are you talking about this? This is not stuff that you necessarily believe in. It's not stuff that you use, right? I certainly use the affirmations. I certainly use color magic, right? It doesn't have to necessarily feel woo-woo. It can feel logical to you. These are just tools to help you, right? To help you. Again, Love in Action Network, what is our goal? To encourage, equip, and empower you to put your love in action. What good is your love if it's not poured out, as Dr. Flo says, our CEO, right? What good is your love if it ain't poured out? And how do you pour out your love? Without depleting, in the overflow, right? Y'all getting it? Are you getting it? Is it making sense, folks? I hope so. We also have a goal to reach the 800,000 that don't want to be on this earth anymore. And we want to reach them before they're on four flats. We want to spread this message far and wide that you are loved and lovable through encouraging, equipping, and empowering each and every one of you to lift your voice in whatever way. Right? Okay, back to the heart chakra. Back to the heart chakra. So the heart chakra is wellness in love, to love, and to be loved. The color of today is green. Y'all know I drink my coffee out of a green mug almost every single day. The color green, you can imbue and you can feel back from green. Wisdom, money, luck, abundance, fertility, healing, manifestation, nature, and trust, right? I want to encourage you all to trust your emotions today and your feelings. Dr. Flo talked about feelings on Monday, right? I talked about the emotion wheels, I believe, on Saturday. Those have been featured a couple times in the last week. Trust your feelings. Move through them. No one's saying that you can't grieve. We're saying also see the beauty. Also overflow. Also joy. Also love. Right? The food of today are all green. Kiwi, limes, green apple, leafy greens. Leafy greens are very healthy for you. You should eat more of those. We don't should on ourselves here, but leafy greens are good for you. Salad is good for you. Crystals. I don't personally use crystals, but if you are into that, here are some crystals you can use to get in touch with your heart chakra. Rose quartz, green aventurine, rhodonite, emerald, green calcite, all things that will get you closer. Notice that a couple of those, 3 of them, in fact, are green, right? Very connected to our green cup. Our cup runneth over, as one would say. The body part, y'all know where your heart is, in your chest center, your heart space. If you are imbalanced in your heart chakra, and many people may be feeling this currently because of the world, right? If you are imbalanced, you are unable to love, You're unable to give. You're unable to seek passions and receive love. And you seek external gratification. You may be a person that's like, oh my gosh, what is the right thing to say here? You don't have trust, right? You may be a person that watches everybody else in the world, or you perceive that everybody else in the world is making their dreams come true, and you're just sitting there. You're unable to seek your own passions. What if you manifested? What if you dreamed too? What would happen? And what if after you dreamed it, you put action to it and you lived in your overflow? What if, right? What if? Instead of asking yourself what could go wrong, I sit in that space, right? Sometimes, instead of asking yourself what could go wrong, start asking yourself, what if? What if I made $500 overnight? What if I said this powerfully, right? What if? What if? If you are aligned in your heart chakra, you are loving, loved, and lovable. You are peaceful and you are accepting. These are all things that our practitioners, our collaborators, our public-facing folks in Love and Action Network are. We are all aligned in our heart chakra. We are all loved and lovable. We are all accepting, right? And I want to listen. Every time I do this, I find different words to pick out. So peaceful. I want to talk about peaceful today because I think peaceful, sometimes people think that means that like you just are a pushover, you're docile, you maybe don't have your own ideas. And I see you snacks with the lettuce in the chat, right? And I don't think that's what peaceful means. I think you are at peace with yourself, which allows you to share what you're thinking, right? I think you are so at peace with yourself and so confident in yourself that you move, right? That you move. And don't let that get confused with pushover, because that's not what it means. And we don't believe in any one religion here, but I'm going to talk about Jesus for a second. And I never talk about Jesus, okay? I'm not religious, folks. I believe that Jesus was a radical political figure that somehow got wrapped up into, his words got construed into these religions, right? But what I want to say about Jesus is people, I think, would describe him as peaceful. But he was not docile. He was not lazy. He committed to his belief, right? And spoke out about it. At peace with himself. At peace that he could die for this. Because he believed so heavily in the people, in the message of the people, in what the people wanted and needed to not be in despair, but rather to be in beauty and joy and love. It is the same story of Malcolm X. It is the same story as Martin Luther King. It is the same story as activists that have boots on the ground right now. It is the same story as the suffragettes. It is the same story as Marsha P. Johnson. Peaceful, but not inactive, right? Not inactive, not docile, not pushovers. People at peace with their beliefs. That's alignment with the heart chakra. Today's affirmation, if you're watching this later, if you're in the Daily Boost chat, if you're in Team Better, I want you to answer this. The affirmation of today is I love. So what do you love? What do you love? I love the sunshine. I love myself. I love my dogs. I love my baby. I love my home. I love my community. I love being busy. I love being in demand. I love the work that I do. I love being present with you all. I love being a radical. I love standing up for other people. I love speaking my truth. I love singing. I love a lot of things, y'all. How many can you list? How many can you list? Right? Okay, let's get to the melody. Let's get to the Melody Beatty. Those of you that have been here before, you know that we read Melody Beatty every day. Melody Beatty's book, 52 Weeks of Conscious Contact. Okay. This book is connected to the 12 steps. So welcome to the 12-step program. We do not believe, again, in any one religion. Bring your own belief here. All are welcome. So if there is a word like God, replace it with whatever feels comfortable to you. This week, the theme is the dark side, right? The theme is the dark side. So I'm going to read day 2 because I don't believe it got read yesterday. And then I will do, I'm sorry, day 3 and day 4 is what I'm going to read today. So as I always say, grab your notebooks if you're safe to do so, or find your notes app and let's go, because melody hits. Okay. So day 3, it's easy to believe that loving ourselves unconditionally means only accepting our lighter, brighter parts. Most of us have a lot of guilt about who we really are. Ooh, this one hits. I've felt this way before. Raise your hand. Raise your hand if this has been you. I'll read it one more time. It's easy to believe that loving ourselves unconditionally means only accepting our lighter, brighter parts. Most of us have a lot of guilt about who we really are. The challenge of the week. The hardest part about seeing the dark side of ourselves is getting in touch with what we may see as forbidden or unacceptable. I'll read the challenge one more time and then I'm going to riff a little bit. The challenge is the hardest part about seeing the dark side of ourselves is getting in touch with what we may see as forbidden and unacceptable. Now, in a rave the other day, Dr. Flo was playing a meditation, right? Not a meditation, but a literal like audiobook of, I can't remember the name of it, but it had a similar title to the dark side of this, right? And something that spoke to me in that recording was, this man vehemently saying, I'm not an idiot. That person is an idiot. But anything that we call other people is usually something, I see you, Snacks. I see you. Is usually something that we see as a dark part of ourselves. It's usually something that we want to deny about ourselves, that we don't want to reconcile about ourselves. But wholeness, where we're all trying to get to, right? Wholeness and overflow, in order to heal the world, in order to heal our communities around us, in order to fight for the things that we believe are right, means that we have to acknowledge those dark parts of ourselves too. So as Melody is saying, the hardest part about seeing the dark side of ourselves is getting in touch with what we see as forbidden or unacceptable. I'll give you all an anecdote from my own life. Something that I used to hate and still do to an extent is getting lost. I don't like asking random people for like for directions. Like I want to look at a map. I want to see the map. I want to plan my route when I get there and I want to go, because I don't want to appear stupid to other people. That is a dark part of myself, right? I know I'm not stupid, and I don't want to appear stupid, right? But acknowledging that was part of the work that I had to do in order to show up and stumble through a daily boost with you, in order to go places alone, in order to get pregnant, because we went through IVF. I had to face a lot of things, to face being lost. I had to face asking questions. I had to face asking for directions. I had to face quote unquote looking stupid. Right? That brings you to wholeness. That's a dark side of myself. And how did I get through it? I did it multiple times, right? And then I kept asking myself, why? Why, Tara? Why do you have that belief? Why? Why is it bad to look stupid? Do people actually think you look stupid? Oh no? Oh, you mean it's normal not to know the layout of a building before you walk in the door? Right? And that all seems so silly, right? It all seems so small. But if you had known me 5 years ago, you would have witnessed that in me, right? You would have witnessed that in me. Let's move on because y'all know, like I say, we got 2 days of melody to get through. And I'm trying to keep these kind of tight, you know? Okay, so day 4. There's a lot of questions for day 4. So make sure you have your notebooks or you can comment in the chats, whichever way. What are the emotions you've forbidden yourself to feel? Once again, at lovedandlovable.org/emotions, there are emotion wheels for you if you can't identify with your emotions. So day 4, what are the emotions you've forbidden yourself to feel? The inventory focus of the week. Again, a bunch of questions. So just answer them as you go. Are there parts of yourself that you're repressing instead of expressing? Each week, you've been working on an inventory focus related to the value of the week. In 12-step programs, people are encouraged to do regular inventories of their shortcomings, their dark side. After a huge sweep of inventory, they're encouraged to make daily checks to monitor their shortcomings. Then they're encouraged to discuss this part of themselves with God. Again, you can put another word in there, and with another human being. Most religions have some sort of formalized ritual for expressing and shining light on the dark side that all human beings have. How do you deal with your dark side? Have you looked at it lately? Are you at least somewhat willing to look at and accept the dark part of yourself and others? I'm going to read those last few questions again. How do you deal with your dark side? Have you looked at it lately? Are you at least somewhat willing to look at it and accept the dark part of yourself and others? We talked about this yesterday in Deconstruction Junction, about the biases that we hold against each other or towards each other and how to sort of overcome that. Once again, you can DM either Andre in the Flow or me, Tara Prilo Studio, and we can get you that replay if you would like. Or you can go ahead and join the network. The link is still available in the network on Telegram. You can join our VIP Halo membership also if you would like. That's where you learn about pop-up events and member exclusive events. And speaking of events, we're moving on. We're closing out. Let's go to lovedandlovable.org. I'm going to share my screen one last time. We have a revamped lovedandlovable.org, as you'll see at the top. Okay, there's all our collaborators. You can click here to find out more about the membership. This page is also under construction and will be revamped, but it is lovely right now. So you can go ahead and join our VIP membership, which includes direct access to our leadership. There are community chats over on Telegram, okay? That's where we talk all day long. We send TikToks, we send Instagrams, we talk all day long and all evening long, and it's a wonderful space to be over in the network. Academy community conversations. This is Team Better. Y'all can get into Team Better using that. You'll hear us reference hashtag Team Better often. We have live updates in the broadcast channel where we send, where are we on the map today, right? And you can also sign up for the Substack. The Substack is where we host our replays so that you don't have to go to all of the YouTube spaces or the X spaces to find our replays. So stay tuned for all of that. I'm going to go back to our homepage and just go over our events for the next 2 days. So later this evening, right now we are in Daily Boost. Okay, later this evening, we've got Dr. Flo's Concert of Hope at 6 p.m. and we've got Waiting to Exhale at 6:30. Those are both in Eastern time. So you can join us first on any of the live platforms that Dr. Flo is on. That's YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. I think I got all of them. YouTube, I think I said. Waiting to Exhale will happen over on X Spaces. Again, to get the links to these things, you can join the broadcast channel that I showed you before. Tomorrow, we have a time change. So Snacks is still taking us through Throat Chakra Thursday, but he will be doing it at 10 a.m. Eastern or 9 a.m. Central Standard Time to go spend some time with his lovely, lovely, lovely girl, Starlight Mystic, who will be hosting Waiting to Exhale tonight with Poppy Wata. All right. There may be a time change. I want to spotlight this really quick on Saturday. So RSVP either in the Halo group, if you are a VIP member, or on our website, if you are not a VIP member, so that you can get that time change for Saturday. I have a lot going on in the morning and I'm just not sure what time I will be home. So I'm going to update that on Friday. So be sure to do that. And once again, this is lovedandlovable.org. You can join us over there. Live chat us if you have any questions or have trouble finding your way. We are happy to help. People are standing by. And join us the rest of today and all week for pop-up events. Again, join the broadcast channel because that's where we drop those links. If you don't want to talk to us, but you want the notifications, join that channel. That's the place to be. Once again, we are Love in Action Network. Our goal is to encourage, equip, and empower you into putting your love in action. Okay? I'm Tara Prilo. I have a resident ending. So continue to be anti-racist. Be safe. Wear a mask. Do good work. Make good trouble. I love y'all hardcore. You are loved and lovable, and nobody can change that, not even you. Nobody can change it. I want you to hear that. Nobody can change that. You can check out the description on YouTube for all the links and things to go to places. And I will see you all on Saturday for another Daily Boost, as well as throughout the lives throughout the week. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.